10 times bands stopped performing to help fans.
One of our friends down there's not doing so well, so they're going to take care of that first, so make sure you guys stay nice and orderly over on this side.
Concerts are made for fans to go crazy in love for their favorite artists, but sometimes all the dancing and pushing and chaos leads to a disaster. Here are 10 times bands stopped performing to help fans from trouble. Number 10, Linkin Park stopped concert to help out knocked out fan.
Somebody needs some help down here.
If you're a major Linkin Park fan, this might make you sad since it's a reminder of just how good of a person Chester was. The story in this case takes place in 2013 at Sydney Soundwave. The band was in the middle of their performance in front of a rapturous crowd when Chester noticed something moving along the stage. Someone was knocked out and Chester stopped performing immediately to get the fans some much-needed help. Chester began pointing towards the location of the knocked-out fan, calling for security to help them. The crowd was confused at the start since it's not that easy to notice that someone's knocked out beside you when your interest has been captured by your favorite band. But the band did not play until security had properly escorted the knocked out person away from the crowd. The concert resumed after that, even if the rest of the audience looked fairly confused. Next up. At number 9, In Heart's Wake stopped performing to check on a fan's health.
And here we are now, and playing it to a whole lot more. So that part of it is a nice slap on the face.
When you have lots of fans jumping around in joy, there are bound to be some overzealous ones who take it a little too far and end up being carried away by security. Something similar happened at an In Heart's Wake gig in Dallas, where a security guard was forcefully escorting away a fan who must have been misbehaving. But the issue there was the fact that the guard had the fan in a headlock and was choking him into submission. This caught the attention of frontman Jake Taylor, who immediately called out the guard from the stage. Taylor said that he had to step in because he felt that the neck brace was unnecessary and that the fan was turning blue from all the pressure. The things he said on stage included words that aren't family-friendly, but they showed genuine concern. "He's not a UFC fighter," Taylor screamed before asking the guard to let the fan breathe. Now, at number 8, Avenged Sevenfold, making sure that a fan is safe.
So hey, someone's really hurting there. Someone's very hurting there.
Mosh pits in rock and heavy metal concerts are a different beast. There's too much headbanging and movement for someone to not get hurt at least once, especially when the band playing is as loud as Avenged Sevenfold. Something similar happened in 2011 in an Avenged Sevenfold concert where a fan got hurt in the mosh pit. The band was in the middle of a performance when vocalist M. Shadows spotted the injured fan and immediately stopped singing. The band followed him immediately, with Shadows calling out for help on the mic. The band did not resume playing until the fan was safely out of the pit and on their way to get some help and safety. Once again, the other fans in the pit didn't really understand what was going on until some moments after the band stopped. It did take some time to get the injured fan out, but the band keeping still until then sure helped. Next up is another story from Australia with You Me at 6, coming in at number 7.
It's not worth it.
These UK rockers take the safety of their fans seriously, especially when they've given their everything to their performance. While performing in Sydney, the band was informed mid-song that a female fan was struggling in the audience. While the struggle should be taken as something normal at a rock concert, the band's frontman, John Franceschi, recognized the importance of making sure that the fan felt safe. He stopped the band's performance and let the struggling fan get out of the tangle she was in, and only then did the band resume playing. The whole encounter was caught on video, and you can see just how concerned Franceschi is about the fan's safety. He can be heard yelling the band that it's not worth it to keep playing while the fan is struggling. He would rather stop the performance than cause the fan any more discomfort. And the band followed him. Very admirable, to say the least. At number 6, Godsmack trying to save a fan from security.
Way fucking not necessary, guys. Put them down, seriously, that's crazy.
We've already seen how overboard security can get at concerts. Whether you want to blame them for being more abrasive than required or sympathize with their tough jobs, you will have to admit that they end up hurting fans often. This is something that happened at the Uproar Festival in Pittsburgh in 2012. Thankfully for the fan involved, there was someone willing to stand up for them and tell security to take it easy. Godsmack, the rock band, was performing and the atmosphere was loud and heavy, just like any rock concert should be, But in the middle of all that, security had tackled a fan and were pinning them down to the ground. They must have been quite rough with the fan because Godsmack's lead singer, Sully, immediately stopped performing and lent support for the fan. Sully was able to get security to take it easy on the fan, something that the rest of the crowd loved. Number 5 might be too good to believe, but here's Dave Mustaine saving a boy from being crushed. Megadeth is one of the most dedicated metal bands out there. They're legends. But one big reason for that status is how relentless they are, especially their frontman and lead guitarist Dave Mustaine. That's why him checking out the crowd and doing something as nice as this has even more impact than it normally would. Megadeth was playing at the Tweeter Center in Chicago back in 2005 when this incident took place. Mid-song and playing some of his heaviest riffs, Mustaine noticed a very young boy among the sea of people moving around and jumping to the notes he played. He immediately stopped and had the boy brought up to the stage. The shirtless boy was in tears and obviously distressed, but he had his hero there to comfort him. Mustaine made sure that the boy was okay and calmed him down on stage, patting his shoulder. While the events that led up to this were terrifying, the boy must have felt better after having one of the greatest musicians ever save him. Number 4, Trivium pauses their performance.
Yeah, someone pass out, yeah. Make some space, my friends, make some space.
Trivium is another band that seems to care about the safety of their fans a fair amount. Back in 2014, the heavy metal band was playing in Birmingham to quite a lot of fanfare. They had just started the concert, with lots of mist and a pretty cool lighting show, when Matt Heafy stopped the performance abruptly. The frontman spotted trouble in the crowd and did his best to make sure that the fan involved came out unscathed and untroubled. The pause may have been a big bother for the band since they had just started to get into the rhythm and would have to take it from the start once again, but that was of no concern as the band was much more involved in ensuring that their fan was not hurt. The next one is a bit unique. Five Finger Death Punch noticed something unusual.
I know you're having a good time, bro. You do not throw somebody on their fucking head like that.
Five Finger Death Punch are popular for their live performances, which are full of energy and a fair amount of great songs. But there's another aspect to what makes them special: their frontman putting fans in their place. Ivan Moody does not take hooliganism well, and he will stop performing to set things right whenever he spots something he doesn't like. This is what happened at an Albany concert back in 2014. Moody noticed a scuffle in the crowd and had his band stop the performance. What followed was a stern lecture to the person causing trouble, who had apparently kicked a woman in the face. Moody went on for a while before he was ready to resume playing. Next, at number 2, Rage Against the Machine, Protect Fan.
Shouldn't have to come to a Rage Against the Machine show and be afraid of that shit right there.
This case made headlines everywhere. Playing in Arizona, Rage Against the Machine was mid-song when vocalist Zach De La Rocha spotted something he didn't quite like in the crowd. A woman was being harassed amidst the jumping and dancing, and Zach stopped immediately after noticing. The band followed, and Zach addressed the situation, telling his fans just how awful and wrong it is to behave that way. The crowd cheered at every word, and Zach seemed livid at what he had witnessed. Finally, at number 1, Dave Grohl helps Ethan out.
Look at me! Look at me! Get the fuck out of my show right now! Get the fuck out!
Dave Grohl is a certified nice guy, and he showed just why at Blackpool's Empress Ballroom back in 2009. Playing with Them Crooked Vultures, Grohl saw a young boy being crushed at the very front of a very amped-up crowd. He immediately stopped playing and had the child come to the stage, brightening up his mood with a few jokes. Ethan was obviously dazed, and his dream concert continued since he got to watch the rest of the performance stage side along with his dad, a good end to say the least. Those were 10 times bands stopped performing to help fans out. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.